How's it going? Today on the Ham Radio Crash Course, I'm going to give you a sweet hack to speed up your QSL carding. What's all that about? Well, I'll explain it right now. So if you're involved with ham radio for a long enough time, you'll probably get something in the mail that looks like these. These are little postcards from people that you've made contacts with. All right, am I showing that the right way? Top puppers right there. K3KEK, nicely done, nice call sign. So what these are, they're records, right? They're records that track a QSO that you made. Here's one that I got from Japan, right? And this is saying I worked JH5LTS. And we did a contact on, this looks like an FT8 contact that we made. Sure, a lot of mine are FT8. This is a thing that people used to do in the past more. Before there was computers and the internet, you would physically exchange a card, right? Like a card that says, hey, I made a contact with you. Would you please send me one too so I have them for my record? That's how you built your logbook. You literally had physical pieces of paper that represented all the contacts you made. Well, that can get a little much when you start doing it very often, handwriting all these things out. So my hack is, let me grab this, a Dymo printer. This is a printer that prints labels. They make different sizes, but I'm using just the little address labels. And with this, I can print my QSO and the address for the person that I'm making or sending a QSL card. So let me show you how I set it up, and maybe this is something you are going to be interested in, particularly if you do a lot of QSLing. A couple of notes to make this work: you are going to need to use a logging software that does printing of these QSL the info tab labels, as well as the addresses help too. My logger that I use most prominently, N3FJP, does do this, and I'm going to show you how to do it with that logger. But this should work with Ham Radio Deluxe, among the other N1MM. It should work with N1MM too. In fact, I'm positive. Haven't tested it, but I'm sure it works. Well, I was giving you that whole spiel on QSL cards. If you find yourself interested in picking up some QSL cards, it turns out our friend Amanda, that's right, from Ham Nation, is a QSL card designer and printer. My current set of QSL cards I picked up from Amanda, and they are really good quality, very rigid for postcarding if you're going straight into the mail with the card itself with the stamp on it. Her prices are extremely reasonable. I'll be overlaying on the screen right now some information, and I will put her email in the description so you can contact her directly. She does really good work, so big shout out. Not affiliated with Amanda aside from Ham Nation, but liked and respect the work she's doing there with the cards. So thanks, Amanda. Pay no mind to all this going on in the background. I'm rewiring some stuff and rerunning coax right now. So anyway, to make this work, you got to run the Dymo app with the Dymo Connect app with your Dymo printer connected. You can use this app for all kinds of stuff, you know. So if you wanted to add text, here's a label, hit print. The print comes out, ABC, good to go, right? Okay, but that's really not what we need. We just need that to make sure the printer's connected, because you do end up needing to do that. So let's run N3FJP. So we're running N3FGP now. All right, so let's find our first QSL card. We're going to look for the call sign here, K4Y4WIN. K4WIN. And sure enough, I made a contact on, let's see, April 7th, 2021. And sure enough, we made a contact. It was 2021 on FT8. Okay, cool. So this is a matching contact. We have a match, and the signal report is the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print a QSL strip. So I'm just going to click that. I'm going to say start on row 1. Start on row 1. Now pause this if you use N3FJP and you want to use this Dymo printer, because you're going to want to copy this exactly. The labels per row, how many labels in a column, the top margin, left margin, label height, and label width. This is the settings for the physical dimensions of the label. So I can say 70, the other thing, 73 there, add a little comment and hit print. And it's going to have my Dymo come up as my default printer, which I've previously selected, and hit OK. So now we've got a label, a handy little label, with our QSO that we made. So this is going to go on my matching QSL card, which I'll grab for you. In this case, since Garrett didn't send me a self-addressed stamped envelope, what I'll end up doing is printing his address, which you click this little button, and again, this little print will pop up. I don't want to show you his address, but you get the idea. It'll query from QRZ, and then you can print out his address. And you can throw that on the card, and you can do postcard style, right, where you just throw a stamp on your QSL card and ship it away. That's it. Now what I like to do is just have my stack of QSL cards and my QSL cards, and then just go one by one, print out labels, and then get them shipped. For Garrett's, since I've got the QSL strip now, I take one of my newfangled QSL cards. Look at that, pretty nice. And I'm gonna throw it on here. And normally you can write this in, but now you can just rip a piece of the label off. I'll get better sized ones in the future. And just throw it right over the top. Now I'll add another sticker here for his address down here, and then that'll get a stamp and it'll get thrown in the mail. So that's my new process for QSLing. Like I said, I just go one for one. So I'll take his card, print a QSL, print a label, and then throw a stamp on it and send it. And I'll just work through this stack, and it cut my time in half doing it this way easily. I was still printing labels, address labels for the different people that QSL'd me. But now with the Dymo, I just go boom, boom, 2 prints, throw it on my card, and then that's it. I'm done. Pretty easy. At the time of recording, the Dymo printer that I'm using, which is the LabelWriter 450, goes for about $100 on Amazon, and that's where I picked mine up. This might be a little frivolous for some of you. Again, you know I like to really capitalize on my time and try and be efficient, particularly with making videos and also doing all the ham radio stuff that I do. So for me, $100, get some time back, is worth the effort. Of course, this is still a label maker, so you can use this for labeling pretty much anything else that you would label with. And you can get those big fat labels and the little square boxy ones, and then the thin rectangle ones for labeling, and whatever you're going to ship, regardless of it being QSL cards. So it has value outside of just QSL printing, but still. So I'll leave a link in the description. You can check it out if you'd like. I'd love your hacks and tips on QSLing. I'm always looking for cool ways to do things better. Anyway, tell me what you think of this video in the comments below. If you enjoyed it or it was helpful, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And if you have not already, subscribe. I'll talk to you later. I'm Josh, KI6NAZ73.